Hi guys, this video is to guide you through how to get through that worksheet for color schemes part 2. First thing you want to do is go onto Schoology like you see here, navigate to your painting 1 period, I'm in period 5 over here, expand this purple folder that says worksheets, go all the way down to worksheet 15, color schemes part 2. Click on that. You're going to see in the instructions there's a link under number 1. Click on that link and that's going to pop up a new window that looks like this. Click on the Make a Copy button and that's going to make a copy of the Google Slides that I made for you guys onto your Google Drive. Here's the first page with the directions. First thing you want to do is type your first and last name into the file name. Go up here to the top left, highlight Copy Of, and replace that with your first and last name. The first couple pages of this document is for your reference only, okay? Here, this is a page about what colors get mixed to produce which ones, okay? It's for your reference. The next 2 pages, 3 and 4, these are color schemes that we've learned about before in Color Schemes Part 1, the complementary color schemes and analogous color schemes. Those are there so that I put those there so that all the color schemes we learned about is all in one place for you for your reference. Where I want you to start your work is on slide 5. This is the monochromatic color scheme that you're choosing. In the top row over here, you'll see all the pure colors. And underneath each of those colors, you have the tint, tone, and shade of each one. Tint being that color in its lightened form for our purposes with watercolor. That's that color plus water. The tone is slightly darker, right? It means for our purposes, you're going to add a little bit of gray to that color. And the shade is where you add black to the color, okay? So what I want you to do is in this row of 4 gray boxes, I want you to fill that in with a monochromatic color scheme of your choosing. For instance, let's say I'm going to choose yellow-green. First, I pick the yellow-green color, right? I click on it. And then I click on the Paint Format tool. It's the 5th from the left. And then I click on the gray box. I'll show you that again, right? Number 1, click on the color you chose. 2, click on the Paint Format tool. 3, click on the gray square. And you want to do the same process for the tint, tone, and the shade of that color you chose. Try a couple different monochromatic color schemes out. When you arrive at one that you like, go ahead and leave that there. Next color scheme is the Triadic color scheme. These are 3 colors equally spaced from each other on the color wheel. The mechanics of this is exactly the same as what we went over for the complementary and analogous color schemes. You're going to spin this middle diagram around to try different triads out, okay? Click on the triangle. Hover over this small circle over here. Click and drag it while you hold the shift button. Okay, that's going to help you to rotate this at 15-degree increments to keep it nice and aligned. Once you arrive at 3 colors that you want to try out, go ahead and color pick those using that same Paint Format tool. And pick a triadic color scheme that you like, and you're good to move on here. This is a tetradic color scheme on slide 7. It's 2 pairs of complementary colors that form a rectangle on the color wheel. Same process. Shift rotate to rotate this rectangle around. Okay. Use the color picking tool, the color Paint Format tool, to pick the colors that are being pointed to by the corners of the rectangle, and that's a tetradic color scheme. Finally, we have the split complementary color scheme. Same process. Spin this triangle around, okay? Try a couple different positions. Split complementary color schemes is 3 colors where you take any color and you bring along the 2 colors on the left and right side of its complement. For instance, let me spin this over here. The complement to red is green. We know that from the complementary color schemes we studied. But instead of picking the direct green, we're picking blue-green and yellow-green, which are the 2 colors right next to on the left and the right side of red's complement. Okay, so that picked out looks like this. It's kind of an interesting variation, right? A little bit more variety than just a pure complementary color scheme. So that might work for you. Try a couple different ones out. Here's red, violet, along with green and yellow. That might be interesting. All right. So once you're finished with experimenting with slides 5 through 8, you want to save this as a PDF and then submit it onto Schoology. The way you save it as a PDF is you go up to File, click, come down to Download, which is right under Email. The third option here is PDF. Click on it. It's going to give you a window asking you where you want to save it on your computer, where you can save it wherever you can remember it. And then go back to Worksheet 15, click on Submit Assignment over here. Window's going to pop up. Click on this button for File. Navigate to your PDF, open it, and it's going to save it as an attachment. Submit that. And you're done here. You want to be sure to keep this, not that one. You want to be sure to keep this Color Schemes Part 2 in your Google Drive in a place where you can come back to it. This is where you have all the color schemes that we learned about, and this is the document you're going to use to choose the color scheme that you want to eventually paint on your mandala. Okay, so this is useful, particularly over here. If you ever forget how to mix certain colors, this is a useful reference for you. So you want to keep this around. That's all I got for you guys for this one. Good luck.